What if I told you that the most powerful instrument of healing isn't out there somewhere in a temple or hidden in a sacred mountain, but right inside your own mouth? Take a deep breath with me. Slowly in and gently out. Let your shoulders drop. Let your chest soften. Can you feel that? The quiet hum that follows every breath, almost like your body is waiting to remember something ancient. Now, before we go deeper, tell me something. Where are you watching this from? Maybe you're sitting in your favorite chair, or lying in bed with your headphones in. Wherever you are, imagine for a moment that your body is a temple, and right at the base of your tongue lies a secret door. Ancient healers once whispered that this point, hidden just behind the soft root of the tongue, could awaken something extraordinary, a sacred current that connects sound, body, and spirit. They called it the Cave of Nectar, a space where divine sound begins its journey. Science today calls it part of the vagus nerve pathway, one of the most powerful communication lines between your brain and your body. It controls your calmness, your heartbeat, your digestion, even the way you heal after stress. And yet, most people go their entire lives without ever realizing that the key to inner peace has been sitting quietly inside them all along. Imagine gently pressing your tongue upward, toward the roof of your mouth, not with force, but with awareness, as if you were touching the edge of a memory, soft, electric, alive. Some describe it as a gentle warmth spreading down the spine. Some say it feels like a vibration rising toward the crown. Others, they say it feels like silence itself is moving through them. Ancient yoga texts like the Hatha Yoga Pradipika by Swami Svatmarama spoke of this practice, calling it Kekarka Mudra, the gesture that allows the practitioner to taste the nectar of the gods. In the old Sanskrit lines, it says, when the tongue turns upward and enters the cavity of the skull, the mind is freed from restlessness and drinks the nectar of immortality. But this isn't about mysticism alone. Modern research shows that the root of the tongue connects deeply to the vagus nerve, and gentle stimulation of this area can activate your body's natural relaxation response. It slows the heart rate, lowers anxiety, and brings you into harmony with your own rhythm. Isn't it beautiful how science and spirit are finally remembering the same language? Before we explore the how, take a quiet moment with yourself. Place one hand softly over your heart and notice, is there any tension there? Any part of you that's been waiting to be heard? This practice isn't about control. It's about listening. Listening to the sound beneath your breath, the vibration that's been there since before you were born. So stay close. Keep your heart open, because in the next few minutes you're going to rediscover something most people have forgotten: how to use your own body as a tuning fork for peace. And before we begin, I want you to do one small thing. Whisper yes, just for yourself. If your spirit feels drawn here, trust that feeling. Tap subscribe. Let this be your quiet first step into the sound that heals. And when this video ends, I'd love to hear from you. Did you feel anything while you watched? Let me know in the comments. Even a simple yes or no. Because every voice, every sound, every heartbeat is part of this sacred choir. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine this: inside your mouth lies a tiny bridge between two worlds. One is the world you know, of thought, movement, and words. The other is a silent ocean of energy, flowing beneath awareness, shaping your emotions, your heartbeat, your peace. The technique we are about to uncover is the bridge between them. This ancient practice, known to mystics as Kekarka Mudra, is often called the hidden doorway of divine sound. It is one of the most guarded techniques in yogic science, not because it's difficult, but because it changes the way you experience yourself. At its simplest, it involves curling the tongue upward and gently pressing its root toward the soft palate, that tender space at the back of your mouth. But here's the secret: it's not about physical force. It's about inner awareness. The moment your tongue touches that hidden roof, it completes a subtle electrical circuit within your body, connecting the upper energy centers of the brain with the lower ones in the spine. In ancient texts, this was called Amrita Nadi, the channel through which the nectar of consciousness flows. It was believed that when energy moves freely through this channel, a person experiences a deep sense of unity, clarity, and bliss. For centuries, yogis practiced this in silence, deep within Himalayan caves. They spoke of a drop of sacred nectar that descended from the head to the heart when this connection was made. Today, modern neuroscience describes something strikingly similar: the activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, triggered through the vagus nerve that runs along your throat and heart. When you stimulate this nerve, your body shifts from fight or flight to rest and restore. It's as if the body receives a signal: you are safe now. You can heal. Your breath slows down. Your blood pressure drops. Your mind begins to clear. You feel home. But here's what's even more fascinating. This simple gesture of the tongue also changes the sound resonance within your skull. Every hum, every chant, every whispered prayer vibrates differently when your tongue bridges the upper and lower palates. It turns your entire head into a living sound chamber, a sacred instrument through which the divine frequency can echo. Have you ever noticed how monks chant with their mouths slightly closed, their tongues resting high inside? It isn't random. They are amplifying the vibration within, letting sound massage the brain and calm the nervous system. It's sound therapy that existed thousands of years before the term was even coined. Ancient Taoist healers also practiced a version of this technique. They called it swallowing the jade liquid. In their view, it helped gather life force energy, qi, in the upper palate, which was then swallowed down into the heart, nurturing longevity and emotional balance. Different traditions, different languages, but one universal truth: the root of your tongue is not just flesh. It is a spiritual key. So how do you begin? Start small. Sit comfortably, spine tall but relaxed. Let your shoulders melt away from your ears. Close your mouth gently, lips soft. Now bring your awareness to the tongue, not to control it, but to sense it. Feel its base resting quietly near the throat. Then, with slow curiosity, lift the tongue toward the roof of the mouth until it lightly presses the soft palate, the place that feels like a cushion of warmth. Do not strain. Do not force. Just breathe. As you hold it there, hum softly. You might feel a faint echo, a hum resonating inside your skull, almost like the sound is traveling through your entire nervous system. That vibration, that's where the magic begins. If you stay in this state, your body and mind begin to synchronize. You may notice your thoughts slowing down, or even disappearing between breaths. You might feel your heartbeat pulsing in rhythm with the sound. This is the threshold, the hidden doorway the mystics spoke about. They said that once you cross it, silence itself begins to sing. It's not about chasing mystical visions or supernatural power. It's about remembering that your own body is divine technology, perfectly designed to return you to balance. Even the Bible hints at this sacred design in subtle ways. When it says, "Be still and know that I am God," it isn't only about outer stillness, it's about this inner stillness. When every cell of your being listens, the root of the tongue, the hum of your breath, the rhythm of your heart, all these are notes in the same cosmic song. And when you play them in harmony, something awakens, not outside you, but within. So next time you hum, pray, or even whisper gratitude, remember this doorway. It's waiting for you each time you open your mouth, not to speak, but to feel. Because before sound becomes a word, it is energy. And before energy becomes movement, it is silence. And in that silence, your healing begins. Close your eyes again, just for a moment. Imagine a world made entirely of sound. Every leaf, every cell, every heartbeat whispering a quiet frequency. It might sound poetic, but modern physics agrees. Everything that exists is vibration. Every atom, every molecule, every emotion carries a rhythm, a pulse, and all of it is music. Long before microphones or speakers, the ancient sages already knew this. They didn't learn it through machines, they felt it. They sensed that the body itself was a tuning fork of the universe, that every organ vibrated at its own sacred note, and that illness was nothing but a dissonance, a loss of harmony. In the Rig Veda, one of the oldest known texts on earth, there's a line that reads, "In the beginning was the Word, and from that Word all worlds were born." Thousands of years later, the Bible echoed the same truth. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Different lands, different tongues, but the same secret. Sound is creation. Even the simple act of speaking your own name sends ripples through your nervous system. The human body is 70% water, and water, as science now knows, is a perfect conductor of sound. When you chant, hum, or even whisper, you are not just making sound, you are sculpting your inner world. Japanese scientist Masaru Emoto demonstrated this through his famous experiments on water. He exposed water molecules to words like love and gratitude, and then froze them under a microscope. The crystals formed by these words were breathtaking, symmetrical, radiant, almost divine in geometry. But when the water was exposed to anger or hatred, the crystals broke, becoming chaotic and fractured. Our bodies are made of that same water. Every word you speak, every tone you release, is shaping the molecules inside you. When you hum softly, especially with your tongue pressed gently against the upper palate, you are creating harmony in your nervous system's inner waters. The yogis called this nada. Yoga, the yoga of sound. To them, sound wasn't entertainment. It was transformation. They believed that by aligning the vibration of the human voice with the vibration of the cosmos, one could awaken dormant centers of consciousness. Now, let's bring this ancient truth into simple science. Your vagus nerve, that long winding thread of calm, connects your brain to your heart, lungs, and digestive organs. When you hum, chant, or sing softly, you stimulate this nerve. And when the vagus nerve is active, your body shifts into a healing state, the rest and restore mode. That's why babies calm down when you hum to them. That's why certain chants make your skin tingle or your eyes tear up. You are literally massaging your own nervous system with sound. Modern research confirms it. Slow, resonant humming increases nitric oxide in your nasal passages, a molecule that enhances blood flow, reduces inflammation, and boosts oxygenation. So when ancient mystics spoke of divine breath, they weren't speaking in metaphor. They were describing the exact physiological process that brings peace and health to the body. In The Yoga of Sound by Russell Paul, the author writes, "Sound is not only heard, it is felt. And when we begin to feel sound, we discover that the universe has been singing within us all along." He describes how specific tones and syllables used in Sanskrit, mantras, correspond to certain parts of the nervous system, awakening peace, courage, compassion, or love. So, imagine this. When you press the root of your tongue and hum, you are activating the same internal resonance that ancient mystics, monks, and healers once used to connect to the divine. You are tuning your body like an instrument, one that was designed not just to survive, but to sing. The forgotten science of sound is not really lost. It is asleep, inside every breath you take, every heartbeat, every whisper. It is the reason why a song can make you cry, why silence can feel sacred, and why the hum of your own body can make you feel safe again. So tonight, before you sleep, try this. Lie down. Close your eyes. Bring your tongue gently to the roof of your mouth. Take a slow breath and hum softly. Feel the vibration spread from your lips to your throat to your chest. Let it flow down your spine, into your belly, into the ground beneath you. Don't think of it as a technique. Think of it as remembrance, because deep inside you, long before your first word, long before your first thought, there was only vibration. And that vibration was you. If you could step back in time, before cities, before clocks, before noise, you would find a world where sound was sacred. Not noise, not speech, but sound as medicine. In the temples of ancient Egypt, priests were not only guardians of gods, they were keepers of tone. They believed each temple resonated at a specific frequency, aligned with the earth's own heartbeat. When the morning sun entered through the carved stone windows, the chants would begin, low rhythmic hums that made the walls vibrate like a living body. Some texts suggest that these chants could even lift stones, not by force, but by resonance. In the Egyptian Book of the Dead, a passage describes creation as a divine tone spoken by the god Ptah. He gave life to all the gods through his heart and his tongue. Ptah's tongue, the very instrument of creation, was believed to hold the same power you hold today in the Fundla, root of your own, across the desert in Sumer and Babylon. The oldest hymns ever recorded were sung not for worship, but for alignment. Each sound mirrored the pulse of the planets, the rhythm of the stars. The people believed that when the human voice matched the cosmic frequency, the veil between heaven and earth dissolved for a moment, and healing poured through. Now imagine the temples of ancient India. Long corridors of stone, designed not just for prayer, but for acoustics. Every syllable of the Sanskrit mantras was crafted to strike a specific point in the body: the tongue, the roof of the mouth, the heart. Nothing was accidental. The sound itself was the ceremony. In the Upanishads, there's a verse that says, "From sound all things arise. In sound all things rest. To sound all things return." This was not poetry. It was physics in its purest form, long before we had the word frequency. Meanwhile, in the misty mountains of Tibet, monks practiced something called overtone chanting. By manipulating their breath and tongue, they could produce 2 or even 3 notes at once, one human body, multiple tones vibrating together. The resonance was said to open the 1,000-petaled lotus, a poetic way to describe the awakening of higher consciousness. Modern researchers who recorded these chants discovered something extraordinary. The vibrations they produced caused measurable shifts in the surrounding air pressure, as if sound itself could alter the space around them. When asked how they learned this, the monks simply smiled and said, "We remembered." Even in the lost civilizations of the Americas, sound was medicine. The Mayans built temples where echoes repeated exactly 7 times. They called it the Stairway of Voices. The number 7 wasn't random. It mirrored the 7 tones of the human spine, the energy centers later known as chakras. And in the land of Greece, the philosopher Pythagoras, yes, the same one from your school's math lessons, taught his students that the universe was not a collection of objects, but a symphony of frequencies. He called it the music of the spheres. Each celestial body, he said, sings a song, though we do not hear it with the ears. Pythagoras also used sound therapy, gentle lyre tones, to heal sadness and anger. His belief was simple: harmony heals, dissonance divides. And harmony begins with the voice. In The Healing Power of Sound by Dr. Mitchell Gaynor, the author writes, every ancient civilization believed that sound was the original creative force, that disease begins when the vibration of the body falls out of tune. He adds that even modern medicine is beginning to rediscover what the ancients already knew. Human body can be tuned back to balance through vibration. So when you press the root of your tongue, you are not doing something new. You are reawakening something old. Something your ancestors practiced under stars, beside rivers, in candlelit temples. You are touching the same power they touched, the power that once built pyramids, aligned temples, and whispered creation into being. Think of it this way. Your voice was never just for speaking. It was a bridge, from the unseen to the seen, from the silent to the spoken, from the divine to the human. Now, as you sit in your modern room, holding a small glowing screen in your hand, you are part of that same ancient lineage. The same sacred science runs through your tongue, your breath, your chest. It never disappeared, we just stopped listening. So tonight, when you hum, when you press, when you breathe, remember them. The builders, the chanters, the healers. And maybe, if you listen closely enough, you'll hear their voices still humming in harmony with yours. Through the corridors of time. Close your eyes once again and take a slow, intentional breath. Feel the rise of your chest, the gentle expansion of your ribs. Notice how, even in this quiet moment, your body begins to soften. This is the doorway to your inner alchemy, the transformation that is waiting quietly within you. When you press the root of your tongue toward the soft palate and let a gentle hum rise from your throat, something subtle begins to shift. It is not dramatic at first. It doesn't knock you off your feet. Instead, it whispers. A soft vibration spreads, first in your mouth, then in your head, then down your spine, like a ripple through water. Some people feel a warmth pooling in the chest. Others feel a lightness, as if a heavy cloak that they have been carrying for years is lifted ever so slightly. Some notice mental clarity, the fog of overthinking dissolving like mist in the morning sun. And some experience something even more delicate, a silence within the noise, a stillness that is not empty, but alive. This is alchemy. Not the gold of the material world, but the gold of the self. Every subtle vibration shifts your nervous system into harmony. Your vagus nerve responds, calming your heart rate, slowing your breath, and signaling your body, you are safe. You may rest. You may heal. Emotions often follow the body's rhythm. As your internal vibration aligns, old emotional patterns, anxiety, sadness, restlessness, can begin to release. They may rise like bubbles in water, asking to be noticed, and then quietly dissolve. Do not fear them. Do not chase them away. They are part of your inner story, waiting for acknowledgement. Imagine a soft golden light filling your chest with every hum. See it move down your spine, through your belly, into your legs, until your feet feel grounded. This light is not external. It is you, reconnecting with yourself, the divine pattern within your own body. Ancient texts describe this process in poetic language. In the Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it says, when the tongue lifts and the sound flows, the mind ceases its wandering and the body drinks the nectar of peace. It is not metaphor, it is exactly what you may begin to feel. Even modern practitioners recognize it. In The Healing Power of Sound by Dr. Mitchell Gaynor, he writes, the simple act of resonating within the body, of letting vibration fill you, can unlock emotional blockages and awaken inner clarity. He describes patients who, after a few minutes of humming or toning, report a sense of release, tears, laughter, or profound calm that comes without words. This is why the tongue root technique is so powerful. It is direct, immediate, and intimate. It does not rely on belief or ritual. It does not require perfection or long hours of practice. It only asks you to listen to your own vibration. Some feel energy rising through the spine, subtle tingling in the neck, shoulders, or head. Some experience memories surfacing, gentle flashes of forgotten moments that the body holds, asking for attention. And some hear an inner resonance, as if the voice of their deeper self has finally been heard. All of this is part of the transformation. The body learns to trust itself. The mind learns to rest. The heart learns to open again. Ask yourself for a moment, have you ever felt that deep, unspoken sense of knowing, that calm clarity that cannot be explained with words? The tongue root technique can awaken it. It reminds you that you are not your stress, your worry, or your overthinking mind. You are vibration. You are sound. You are a live energy flowing in harmony with the universe. And here's the invitation. Next time you hum, next time you lift the tongue, notice not just what you feel in your body, but what your heart tells you. Does it soften? Does it expand? Does it whisper truths you have long ignored? This is the spiritual gift hidden in sound, the alchemy that transforms the ordinary into the sacred. Every hum, every vibration, every breath is a step on the path of remembering. Even the Bible hints at this quiet inner power. The Spirit of God moves upon the waters, in your body. The waters are the energy, the blood, the vibration of your being, and with every hum, you move that spirit, gently, purposefully. So now, feel it. Feel the release. Feel the inner light. Allow your body to be the instrument. Allow your voice to be the key. And notice how slowly the outer world begins to fade. Because the alchemy is happening inside you, where the sound meets the soul. Now that you have felt the vibration, the warmth, the inner silence, it's time to make this sacred sound a gentle companion in your daily life. The practice is simple, short, and deeply effective. Sit comfortably, spine tall, shoulders soft. Close your lips and bring the root of your tongue gently to the soft palate. Take a slow breath in and hum softly as you exhale. Feel the vibration travel from your tongue, through your chest, down your spine, and into the earth beneath you. You don't need to do it for hours. Even 3 to 5 minutes a day can awaken a sense of calm, clarity, and balance that lingers throughout your day. Morning or evening works best, when the world is quiet and your body can fully respond to the subtle currents of energy. Over time, this simple ritual begins to create profound changes. You may notice better sleep as your nervous system learns to rest. You may feel fewer mood swings as emotional energy moves freely rather than stagnating. You may experience inner clarity as thoughts that once circled endlessly now flow in harmony. The transformation is subtle at first, like a dawn slowly lighting the horizon. But the more consistent you are, the more your body and mind remember their natural rhythm. Your energy pathways open. Your vibration harmonizes. Your sacred sound begins to echo beyond your own body, reaching the space around you. Even the ancients knew the power of consistency. In the Yoga of Sound by Russell Paul, he writes, "Small daily practices of sound and breath awaken layers of consciousness that are otherwise dormant." The body remembers what the mind often forgets. So take these few minutes each day as a gift to yourself. A moment where the world pauses and your inner self sings. A moment where you reconnect with the sacred resonance that has been inside you all along. And as this practice becomes part of your life, notice the subtle but meaningful shifts. The calm in your morning breath. The steadiness in your heartbeat during stress. The gentle lightness in your body and heart as you move through the day. This is the quiet power of sacred sound. It is not dramatic. It is not flashy. It is steady, patient, and profound. A companion that grows stronger with each gentle hum. So, remember, even just a few minutes a day at the root of your tongue can awaken the ancient wisdom hidden within your body, a wisdom that guides, heals, and transforms. You have journeyed inward with me. You have touched the hidden doorway beneath your tongue. You have felt the hum rise, the vibration flow, the silence whisper. Take a moment now. Just pause. Notice your body. Notice your breath. Notice the subtle warmth or tingling, the gentle calm that may have settled in your chest, your spine, your mind. This is not magic outside yourself. It is your own body remembering what it has always known. The sacred sound, the vibration, the connection. It was always within you, waiting quietly for your attention. As you move forward, I invite you to make this a gentle ritual. 3 to 5 minutes a day. Sit, press, breathe, and listen. Notice the changes, however subtle: better sleep, calmer mind, more grounded emotions. This is your personal alchemy, unfolding slowly, beautifully, like dawn spreading light over a quiet landscape. And here's a small invitation. I would love to hear from you. When you tried this technique, did you feel the hum in your spine? The warmth in your chest? The silence in your mind? Even a single word in the comments, yes or no, is enough. Share your experience, because every voice adds to the chorus of this awakening. Remember, the ancients knew something we are only now remembering. Sound is not only heard, it is felt. And when we begin to feel sound, we discover that the universe has been singing within us all along. The Yoga of Sound by Russell Paul. And here's a thought for your next step. If this experience opens something in you, imagine what happens when you explore other points in the body, other hidden doorways of sacred sound, energy, and vibration. Every small practice awakens a layer of your inner self, a layer that remembers harmony, balance, and peace. Before you leave, take one final hum with me. Feel it ripple through your tongue, your throat, your chest, and all the way down your spine. Let it anchor you in the calm, in the presence, in the sacred sound that is already within. If this journey spoke to you, I invite you to tap subscribe for the Spine Gospel, to continue exploring the wisdom hidden in your body, the vibrations waiting to awaken, and the sacred practices that transform quietly, beautifully, and naturally. Like this video if it resonated. Share it with someone who may need this gentle awakening. And most importantly, let me know in the comments, what did your heart feel as you practiced? Your small reflection may become someone else's doorway too. The hidden doorway is not a secret anymore. It is yours. It is always yours. And the first note of your sacred sound has already begun. So go ahead, breathe, hum, and remember, the power of sacred sound was never outside. It was always inside you, waiting for this moment.